Hello friends, welcome to the channel Pharma Vibes. In this video, we are going to discuss about one topic from our pharmaceutical subject, that is pharmaceutical suspensions. The general concept of suspensions, we can say pharmaceutical suspensions are simply the liquid dosage forms containing two phases. In those two phases, one phase is distributed, or we can say one phase is suspended throughout another phase by using the suspending agent. Now we say here suspended. Then to suspend any solute in the solvent, that solute must be insoluble in that solvent so that it can be suspended or dispersed throughout the solvent. Move towards the main key points which are going to be covered in this video. Firstly, we are going to see introduction to the pharmaceutical suspensions, its definition, properties of suspensions, phases in suspensions, types of pharmaceutical suspensions. Those types are mainly based on pharmacological aspects of suspensions. Then classification of suspension on further 4 other criterias. Also advantages, disadvantages and applications of suspensions. Before we move on to our main topic, let's see some important definitions. The first one is dispersed system. Now the dispersed system is a system in which one substance is distributed throughout a second phase. Second phase is generally a solvent which is liquid, and the substance which is distributed is solute. So simply we can say solute is dispersed in the solvent. Then there are two types of dispersed system, which are mainly colloidal dispersions and coarse dispersions, and suspensions come under coarse dispersions. So coarse dispersions are biphasic dosage forms in which particle size ranges from 0.1 millimeter, that's solute particles will be in the range of 0.1 millimeter. Now types of coarse dispersions, first one is suspensions and second one is emulsions. Both are important pharmaceutical dosage forms, and we are going to cover suspensions in our this video. So definition of pharmaceutical suspension says a pharmaceutical suspension is a coarse dispersion in which internal phase is dispersed throughout the second phase. Internal phase is solute particles that are mainly insoluble solutes which are going to be dispersed throughout solvent. And about route of administration for suspensions, suspensions are mainly intended for oral administration, gastric application, or parenteral use, or even topical route of administration. So as we know, oral route of administration is when suspensions taken through mouth, directly through mouth. Then gastric route is when drug is taken directly into stomach by either gastric feeding tube or gastrostomy. For parenteral route, we know drug is given by injecting in the body with the help of needle, and topical route is directly applying the drug on skin. See the properties of an ideal suspension. The first property is the drug particles should not sediment frequently. If the sedimentation occurs, it may hamper the stability of suspension. Second one, the particles should not form a cake. If sedimentation occurs in suspension, it may lead to formation of cake at the bottom of container. Third one is the suspension should be viscous enough to allow easy pouring. It is important property in the case of suspensions to be taken through oral route. Fourth one, it should be chemically stable. Chemically stable in the sense the contains, that's excipients or active ingredients, that's drug from the suspension, should not react with each other and hamper the stability. Fifth one, it should be palatable to be used internally. Palatable in the sense suspensions should be swallowed through oral route easily. Mainly two phases in suspension. First is internal phase and second is external phase. Internal phase, we can say this is suspended solid. The internal phase consists of insoluble solid particles having size range of 0.5 to 5 micron, which are maintained uniformly throughout suspending vehicle with the help of one or more suspending agents. That means insoluble solids are simply maintained uniformly throughout solvent with the help of suspending agents. Second one, external phase. We can call it as suspending medium. The external medium generally is an aqueous layer, but sometimes it may be organic or oily liquid. We know for suspension we're going to choose the solvent or vehicle such that it should not dissolve our drug particle. Types of pharmaceutical suspension, that is general pharmacological types. First one is antacid oral suspension, antibacterial oral suspension, dry powders for oral suspensions, analgesics, anthelmintics, anticonvulsants or antifungal oral suspensions. We will see classification of suspensions. The pharmaceutical suspensions can be classified on the basis of route of administration. Second one, on the basis of proportion of solid particles, on the basis of electrokinetic nature of solid particles, and also on the basis of size of particles in the suspension. First criteria of classification is the classification of the pharmaceutical suspensions on the basis of route of administration. It contains mainly three types: oral suspensions, topical suspensions and parenteral suspensions. Oral suspensions are the suspensions which are taken by oral route. Example is paracetamol suspension. Second one is topical suspensions. Those are applied externally on the skin. Example is calamine lotion. Third one is parenteral suspensions. Those are injected into the body with the help of needle. Example is insulin zinc suspension. The second criteria is classification on the basis of proportion of solid particles. First one is dilute suspensions and second one is concentrated suspensions. Dilute suspensions contain 2 to 10% weight by volume of solids. That means they contain less amount of drug distributed in the solvent. Example is cortisone acetate suspension. Second one is concentrated suspensions. They contain 50% weight by volume of solids. An example is zinc oxide suspension. If you consider the electrokinetic nature of solid particles, the classification on the basis of electrokinetic nature of solid particles, the pharmaceutical suspensions can be classified as first one flocculated suspensions and second one is deflocculated suspensions. Flocculated suspensions are the suspensions in which chemical binding between the particles to form aggregates or floccules. Floccules are the masses formed in the suspensions that may lead to the instability in the suspensions. Second one is deflocculated suspensions. This system contain free solid particles and they are highly acceptable type of suspensions. The last criteria of classification on the basis of size of particles. First one is coarse suspensions and second one is colloidal suspensions. Coarse suspensions are the suspensions having particle size range greater than 1 micron in diameter, and the colloidal suspensions are the suspensions having particle size range less than 1 micron in diameter. Let's see some advantages of suspensions. First one is suspensions can improve chemical stability of drug. Second one is drugs in suspension exhibit higher rate of bioavailability than other dosage forms. We know bioavailability is the function of the rate with which the drug gets absorbed in the body. So bioavailability is highest for solution, then comes suspensions, then capsule, then compressed tablet, and the least bioavailability is of coated tablet. There are some disadvantages of suspensions. First disadvantage is physical stability and sedimentation in the suspensions can cause problems. We know sedimentation occurs in the suspension and cake formation occurs, and so if we see the label of containers carrying suspensions, we'll see the advice as shake well before use, so that after shaking the particles will be again dispersed uniformly in the suspension, and it in turn imparts the physical acceptance to the drug. Second one is it is bulky, also it is difficult to formulate. Fourth disadvantage is accurate dose of suspension may not be achieved, or we can say that dose of suspension may or may not contain desired amount of active ingredients. Now let's see some applications of suspensions. Suspensions can be used for avoiding drug damage, for improving stability, also to mask bitter taste, to control rate of absorption for parenteral administration. Suspension can also be used in vaccine preparation, also for drugs intended for topical use. Thanks for watching, and if you like the video, subscribe to my channel Pharma Vibes. Like the videos there, share with your friends, and not to forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.